Can you count us down?
What?
Okay. As it is 7 o'clock, we'll get started. Since the mayor is out of town today, we've got the C team. Bill Prokash will be our acting mayor this evening. We'll call the meeting to order. And we'll look for approval of the pleas of the claims and the minutes from the last regular meeting.
I make a motion to approve the claims in the minutes.
Thank you, Deb.
I'll
Second.
second, Krista.
Krista, all right, is there any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes, thank you. All right, we've got some open forum time. Are you going to address our group tonight? No. Okay,
Look on her face.
you're ready.
Yes.
You're here to take some minutes.
Yes.
Okay, and Matt's here, so, okay, there isn't anybody in the audience this evening, so we'll move on to the agenda item number 2, Sheriff's Office Blight update, please.
Skip the land use permit.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. I had written over the top of it, I apologize for that. All right. All right, the land use permit is for Tim Edwards. It is for some repair of his home.
It's for a fence.
Where does it,
On the dot, you can see the dotted line.
Followed.
like a
Back.
on the back.
That's what I thought at first too, when it said home residence.
yeah, but it's
But you-
for a fence.
It's for a fence.
I thought he was just saying there was a fence there. It is it's for the fence. Okay,
4-foot high fence.
4 foot high, thank you. Dusty, have you guys looked at it and he meets all the setbacks?
Well, if I'm looking, the way he has it drawn out, if he stays by the picture, he's not going any wider. On the side of the house, north
Alright.
and south. And it looks like he already knows he's 11 feet off the alley or whatever. So it looks like he knows what he's doing or how to set it up.
Okay,
So if he does it that
so as
way,
long as he does it according to the map,
yeah, I have no issue with it.
I think sometimes Dave, correct me if I'm wrong, I think Dave sometimes looks at goes to make sure that it does meet the proper setbacks. So,
And I believe Dave has been in communication with Tim.
very good,
About it.
okay. All right, I'm sure he'll do it right, so,
I make a motion to approve the land use permit for fence for Tim Edwards.
thank you, Deb. All right, thank you, Bill. Is there any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Thank you very much. All right. Now we'll go to open forum. Would you like to talk now? I'm kidding. All right. Sheriff's Office blight update. I think there is something, a new handout, that was in front of you tonight, separate from what was in our packet. So, will there be any law enforcement joining us this evening?
I thought there were going to be, but I have not heard anything and
Okay,
no one has came, so.
okay.
So did we address all this with the initial letter yet, do you know?
That, it's going out after tonight's
Okay.
meeting.
Okay. We're just following our procedure.
Yep.
Okay, so there's no action that really needs to be taken, right?
Nope, they were gonna come in just if any of the council had any questions on any of them.
So in the first, they get so much time to rectify the issues, okay.
Yep, they have till 30 days. I believe they're giving them till like middle of May. And we're putting in a flyer for the spring cleanup and the electronics.
Yeah.
Cleanup is supposed to be going with the letters as well.
Good. Okay. 30 days to comply though. Okay.
I got a question. Right across from the hockey rink there, that guy fenced in, the fence that's falling apart.
Yeah, I was looking for that one on here as well. I was gonna have that same question.
It's not listed on
It's
there.
not listed on here, but it's a commercial property, so I'm not sure if that's maybe why they didn't have that on here. But it's definitely something to question.
We just need to clarify when it comes to commercial business, if there's actually a business being run out of it, or if it's just a vacant lot.
Yeah.
I don't know if that needs to be clarified in the ordinance, or in that case, I don't think there's anything business going on there,
Not that I see.
so.
No,
I was thinking after the building came down that there was going to be, at the next step was that lot, but that's been some time already.
We always get in that issue with commercial property, then you almost have to follow through with every commercial property.
Yeah.
So I guess I felt that if we distinguish between an actual, somebody who's actually,
Business.
is a business running out of there versus.
Okay.
Something
that's
to
okay.
talk with law enforcement about.
Tracy, do you mind looking into that a little bit? And you know which property we're talking about, of course, and.
Yep.
And I think that's a good thing for us to talk about, to have this distinguish between the two, so. Good. All right, any other questions regarding the blight update, whether it be vehicles or residences? All right, move on to agenda item number 3, adopt resolution 7-24, ordering advertisement for bids for 2024-2025 street utility improvements.
So on our last, usually they're done together, but we didn't have dates, and so, we kind of have the dates now, we're hoping to go out for bid next week. And put it, advertise in the next 2 weeks in the paper, so we can open bids at our May council meeting.
Okay. Anybody have any questions regarding resolution 7-24?
Could I add a comment here?
Please.
I was just gonna say we're still gonna need to make sure we have approval from PFA before we actually open bids. So that May 10th date down there, or May 9th, excuse me, that's a fingers crossed, let's hope PFA has all their stuff in order by then. That's kind of the optimistic date in there. So there's a chance we might have to push that back, but in the event that everything is approved, that would be a very nice schedule for us.
Okay, good, good. Anybody we can call to motivate?
Well, we can put a bug in Kathy Barrett's ear. She's been kind of our contact for a while, but she's the loan officer. She's not
Oh,
the person over at the Department of Health that actually has to sign off on things.
okay,
But I'll do a little digging and see if I can't reach out to Kathy and maybe she can put a bug in the right person's ear and help us out a little bit.
good, thank you.
Are there applications in for the PFA?
We're getting close.
They're getting close. Okay.
All right, any other questions regarding resolution 7-24? If not, we'll look for a motion, please.
So if the date is changed, then do we want to just approve a contingent on whatever that?
Yeah.
Whatever
Yeah, I would recommend that,
PFA
yeah.
approval?
Mhm.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve resolution 7-24 with the dates as such, contingent upon approval by the PFA and Department of Health.
I'll second that.
All right, there is a motion and a second for approval of 7-24, subject to PFA and Department of Health approval. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Okay, we'll call for the vote. Is a resolution, we don't, that's a different board, that's a different board, yeah. They do roll call for that, but all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Motion passes, thank you. All right, item number 4, Public Works Maintenance Update. Dusty, you want to walk us through that, please?
The water leak on Birch, we pushed that off throughout the winter. Neither one of us want to dig during the winter if we don't absolutely have to. And it was a smaller leak. It ended up being the cork stop, which all it was, would screw out the bad one, screw a new one in. And it was a kind of a failure I'd never seen before. It was an actual hole right in the side of the metal object, which I did bring it with, so. That's all it was a leak on. Once you dig down to it, you can turn that valve off and it's done leaking. We both figured it was gonna be the actual pipe or something, but it was a part we had on hand on the shelf, so that went good.
Good.
That spot and a spot on 9th Street, that'll be left as gravel. Wet material put back in so it will settle. Sweeping has already started. I made a full round around town, one on 212. And as long as everything stays right, hopefully sometime this week, County 5 will be get swept, curb to curb. We currently have, for the gate valves, or valve boxes, whatever you want to call, there's 5 to 6 of them broke right now. And it doesn't affect the valves at all, it's just the top pieces. Either dig up the road or specialized tool for $3,500 to fix it. So I was working with Minnesota Rural Water and found out that the guy I was working with just got let go from that. So Jeff Dale, one of the salesmen that I've been dealing with, he found another town that has one that said they'll come over, show us how to do it, then let us continue on, use it for the rest of the day. So I'll be contacting him, try to set up a day this week. A person from Lake William wants to come down and learn how to do it with us. So that'll be nice. The manhole that was hit by the plow truck, barricades are up for that. Parts been ordered, so that'll be, once it's in, it's just put the new piece right on top, fill it in with gravel until time comes when we get tar coming to town. Right now, then we have quotes that received for mowers. It started a few years back. Sometime after I started here, we started doing a 3-year rotation on mowers. Keep them under warranty, so we're not paying for repairs when anything happens. Trade value is better. Right now, we're currently, both mowers are 2021 models. So we're gonna be falling under warranty. So if we wanna upgrade a mower or one of them, or hold off, but the warranty, I believe, should be ending in May, something like that. As far as vehicles, the new pickup's been ordered. The sweeper's already started. Gutter brooms and the main broom I'll have to order. I'm waiting to hear back from Danny about a different company that I might end up getting them cheaper than what I have been. He's dealing with a different company. We have the warranty is about to run out on our new backhoe. Me and David talked about it, and we both feel that we shouldn't let the warranty run out. These newer things, it's hard for us to work on it. A lot of that's controlled by a computer. So there's 2 different options on that. We feel the entire vehicle warranty is gonna be the best bet for it. Sump pumps, the activity is already increased. It's notified. After that one leak was fixed, we went for an entire week where we sent 55,000 gallons of water to town per day. But we were taking 110 to 115 out there already. So I just read it. We were at 157,000 that we pumped to the ponds yesterday, with only 64 of it coming from our water plant. So it's easily noticeable, and our new control panel out there actually says gallons per minute that are coming in. So you can easily see and watch it. Parks, the skate park is gonna be uncovered here. Hopefully this week. Didn't get to it the end of last week. It's been raining anyway, so you can't use it. Tree trimming, we got a bunch of that to do, and that'll be happening as time allows and weather allows.
Okay, good. Any questions for Dustin?
I had mentioned about turning that into the insurance, so when you get your estimates. In case of that. Manhole.
So let's talk a little bit about the John Deere mower quotes, please. if before we look at those, can I ask a question? Do we budget money so that we can trade every 3 years?
Mhm.
Yes? I'm gonna jump ahead while everybody's got this fresh in their mind. Do we budget for backhoe to stay within warranty?
I don't think
I
that
don't
was,
think, but no.
no, that wasn't in the.
Okay. All right, let's go back to the mowers. So Dustin, what's your thought here?
Well, I haven't had the ability to look at well, the first one that you'll see is for the Z930M, which is identical to what we have. The same upgraded options, except for the trash kit that's been added onto it. I throw the trash right by my feet as I pick it up. But, the other one is for a diesel one.
Yeah.
I haven't had the ability to look at one of those. The whole idea of looking at it was, it came up from a Kubota salesman that stopped in town and had us test run one of their diesel ones that he had on trailer. I liked it for noise wise. It was a lot less noise from operating standpoint. And it had a jack built onto the front of it for servicing blades, anything like that. But that was a Kubota one. That's why we ended up looking at throwing around the option of a John Deere one too. But I haven't had the ability to check on it to see if it's the same.
So diesel, so you'd be putting diesel in it, not regular gas.
Yeah,
That would, I mean, that would add a substantial cost to operations, I would think.
yeah, it would add fuel cost to it.
Yeah.
They're both 60-inch decks, right?
Yeah, we don't
Get any more done.
we don't want to go any bigger than a 60-inch deck.
I guess, oh, sorry.
There's a lot of places that 60 inches about as big as we can go. The wider you go is, you have to have a nice level surface, otherwise your deck is constantly gouging into your ass.
I would actually like to see us, if we're both out of warranty on both of them, to get the same thing and get two of them
I'm open to
instead of,
either way.
that's a large amount more for the diesel. It isn't gonna be able to do anymore. It's gonna cost more to operate.
Yeah,
Would they give us a better deal if we got two?
They never said anything about buying two at a time.
Might get a hat.
Yeah.
Do we budget for one or two?
There was 10,000 in the budget this year, I looked, but there's money saved up. In
So
the-
7,500 to go with the gas is the boot money. For one, right? So, likely 15,000 for two?
And the other mower trade-in value might be higher, just because it's gonna have less hours. So
Same year, less hours.
Yep.
Same,
so that was when we had that one that burned up.
yep.
That's how we ended up with two of them that are the same year. So,
Well, if we're gonna try to stay within warranty, we have to I was gonna say we can't wait a month because the warranty will be expiring.
yeah,
Right.
I believe the warranty's May, because that's typically when we always got them, was May.
Just don't use them. But I would make a motion that if we can, spend up to 15,000 for the same, to replace the same. Two mowers for the same.
I'll second it.
All right, there is a motion and a second to spend up to $15,000 to buy two 2024 John Deere 930M gas engine. Is there any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes.
If you find out for some reason we can't do the 15, send out an email or whatever.
Yep.
Or maybe tax exempt,
We are.
Yeah.
No,
so they're not gonna be,
And hopefully there'll be
if there's
less
less,
of the.
the miles are less on
miles are
them.
less.
Yeah,
Across our community, we'll get a
Yeah.
better trade.
yeah.
okay.
Mhm.
Okay, let's move on to the backhoe. Backhoe extends warranty, okay.
Well, this wasn't budgeted. Where, could this come out of the streets repair budget, perhaps? Or? No? Or we could take it,
I feel like their streets repair budget is
it's already tight.
usually, yeah,
Yeah. If my memory is correct, our auditor said we have some excess money that we should be designating. Maybe this would be one thing we could designate. What do you think?
yeah, and well. Cause which
Which one are you
one are you
thinking,
looking at
Dusty?
again?
Well, we just kinda highlighted, the ones that are highlighted are the
Is that-
ones that we're kinda in favor of. That would be the best bet.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about with the county, our big equipment like that, with everything being computer now, it takes a year or two before you figure all the bugs.
Yeah, I mean, right now I've had, so it's got Wi-Fi, whatever it is that it has in there. It has updates, so once I start it up and it beeps at me that there's an update available. So sit there and let the computer update. A lot more safety features on it too, which still getting used to some of them, but
It was a 1-year warranty then on it, I'm assuming.
yeah,
When we bought it,
It
when we bought it, it had 1 year.
Yeah, it was towards the end of May that we got it, with May 26th-ish.
don't remember the
Middle
date,
to
but
the
it was
end of
May.
May.
So your recommendation is to go like with the full machine warranty, so the top section,
Yeah,
and then how many realistically, or how many hours does it have now in 1 year? You know, about, how many hours are we gonna put on it?
wanna say it's around 300 hours that I think we have on, I believe. So we had a lot of extra time on it, splash pad wise. But, you know, we didn't get it until May either. So we're figuring, looking at the other one, we're thinking it's probably around 300 a year, is probably what we're gonna be looking at.
Well, we did have less snow this year too.
Yeah,
I was trying to just think about are you thinking we should buy are we gonna keep it for another 4 years? 5 years? 2 years?
yeah, I
What
believe
is
so.
our,
Tobacco, I would hope it'd
Yeah.
be more like 10
Yeah.
or 20 years.
Yeah.
10, 15.
I think
so we're talking about going with the 60 month,
I think the last one that we had was 2004 or 2006.
2006,
2006?
yeah.
Oh,
was the last
17
cycle.
years, 15 plus. So we should for sure wanna buy the 16-month warranty then, right?
I'd be in favor of it.
16 months.
Yeah,
And that would, if we went and said you used it for 500 hours per year, would be another, maybe we should be looking at 3,000 hours. I'm just trying to think about, kind of trying to tie the year to the, if we did 500 hours instead of 3, we've had it a year and we're gonna do it for 5 more, so 6 times 5, 3,000
so we're
hours.
gonna add 4
Add 4
years,
more.
add 4.
Add
the
4, so it's a
total.
total of 60 months, I
Yeah.
missed it, right there, it says it. So 4 times 5 is 2,025, okay, maybe the 2,500?
Yeah, this bridge repairing, you just might have to be careful later towards the end of the.
So worst case, like I said, maybe we just want to take the money right out of the general fund reserves, transfer it into the capital projects, use that. We could do that, right?
Probably. Yeah.
Instead of worrying if something else
Since
breaks
there's
down,
no
then,
repairs, yeah.
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 That's what I would do.
I'm just trying to think where our budget is after that new truck we got.
But if you just, you'd take it out of the general fund,
Yeah.
cause we have, I think, what was 100, what was the percentage? We were quite a bit over.
100, I just read it.
Yeah.
50?
Well, I know this won't put us
No.
anywhere near,
Right,
No, I think we're okay.
we should be okay.
Yeah.
I mean, if you wanna just put it, I mean, depends, you can always change it later, just go under repairs and then,
Repairs for the time being.
and then, yeah, see what happens.
Yep.
would it make sense, Dustin, to go from 2,000 to 2,500? The difference is only $300. $300 is a light bulb
I'm not gonna argue
on
with,
those things.
I'm not gonna argue with
If it's 4 more years, 4 times $500 a year, let's just say, that's 2,000 plus the 300 we have.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna argue with a better warranty option.
What's anybody else think? I mean, I'm not trying to throw money away, I just, for $300, if you took it to Kibble, you wouldn't get a lot. I mean, it's just, the shop rate's 140, right?
I wanna say it's a little bit higher.
Is it higher? So it wouldn't be,
It's not cheap to have a mechanic work on any of them.
no,
And another thing with the backhoe, so it depends on what it is. John Deere can work on some stuff, but they can't work on all of it. So the last backhoe, I found that out, by the time the mechanic got there, I already found out what the code meant by Google. He has to do it the same way. RDO, with the construction part of it, is separated from degree in agriculture.
oh,
So
okay.
mechanics don't even get the same books or codes or anything. So depending on what it is, Kibble can't even do it. RDO would have to come up with their service tech. We've ran into that in the past with the other one.
Okay. Does anybody else think?
Agree with that. 2,500. I would make a motion to buy the extended warranty at $6,093.
All right, there is a motion.
I will second.
Krista, okay, then Crystal, is there any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Excuse me. We'll discuss the Learning Funhouse Windows replacement estimate next.
I couldn't remember, Tracy, was that something that was in the budget? I know we talked about window replacement for the future, maybe. We didn't actually put in,
No, because we've already done the budget for the year
Oh,
at
okay.
that point, so we don't have it in the budget. However, so they have had issues with, drafts, especially this winter. There's been a few days where a couple of the rooms have gotten very chilly, and the windows, I guess in the infant room especially, have gotten very cold in there, and so they have a correction order from to try to figure out what the problem is. And so at a minimum, they would like at least the 2 windows in the infant room replaced. And so when Mark came and talked to me about it, I told him, because we know that the windows are all getting a little older, might as well get estimates for the other windows also, because he thought they all could be, all but maybe 1 or 2 could be used, or could use replacing, but he wasn't sure if we wanted to do a couple a year at a time, or it made more sense to kind of do them all at one time, but my recommendation is to for sure get the ones in the infant room done.
so none of them have been replaced, though,
No,
have they?
just that
some-
first one that we did last year.
Okay, so this bid doesn't include that one.
Right, yep.
So in the USD building O&M account, there's only 10,951.
Mhm.
That's kind of what that pocket of money's for. We were supposed to be building that up, just to go back a little bit, with lease payments that we were supposed to be getting, which never turned out to be what it was supposed to be. So that never got any here, so that's just kind of sitting there. But I think this would be a good place to put some of the reserve funds. Just move 20 grand from the general fund and put it in this fund to pay for those. I think we have to do them. I mean, that's kind of a bad deal.
Yeah, and so for them to be out of compliance.
Yeah, that would be bad.
Yeah, that's
So
why,
does that make sense? I would just,
yeah, well, 20.
20,000, that, I would make that motion.
From which account, I'm sorry,
I would
please?
just move it out to the general
From our
fund.
general?
Because we had reserves from our audit that she had talked about.
Yep.
And put it into this where it's
O&M,
10,951, instead of depleting that completely.
Okay.
When we know we're gonna have other things wrong with the building, I would just move 20,000. Take care of it all at once. And be done
And
with
then
it.
do the entirety of all the
Yeah.
windows. Yeah, because then we're gonna know the age of all the windows
Yeah.
then for the most part, except
Yeah.
for the one. Yeah, and that's kind of the feeling that I got and stuff, but so I wanted him to get the quote more than just a couple
Yeah,
windows. But because of the price of the quote, we'll have to get an additional one. Second quote, 'cause this one.
oh,
Dollars.
sure,
So that's why I wasn't sure where we
Okay.
were at and how we
okay.
have to go with that.
So can we make a motion that when you get another bid to take the lowest bid?
And replace all the windows. Yeah.
That would be my motion.
And I'll
And to
second it.
move, yeah, and to move the money from the general fund reserves to the O&M account, USD building O&M account.
so we're gonna do that as one motion,
That's
transfer
that
of
was my
money,
motion.
transfer of money, and then to do all the windows.
Yeah.
Just help me out again, we need a second estimate though.
Yeah.
Okay,
So whichever one is lower.
all
I
right,
just think with the labor prices, we're doing them all at once is gonna be a lot better than trying to.
That's kind of what I figured too. But
Yeah,
at the same time, we had to wait, I didn't want to wait on
yeah,
the one room.
yeah, got it, yeah.
all right, do we need to have the motion restated? Everybody's good on that? We have a motion and a second, is there any other discussion? All in favor, say aye, please.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. All right. You're gonna get out of here remarkably. Last meeting, yeah. It was a long meeting. All right,
Four students.
you can see the end. Adopt resolution 8-4 supporting the retention of city zoning authority. Has everybody had a chance? Has everybody had a chance to read the resolution?
This was a resolution, kind of sent out by the League of Minnesota Cities because of, some of the legislature, they're trying to take the city zoning rights away from cities and move it to the state to try to help us keep our authority, zoning authority.
Yeah. I read it, I thought it read well. Anybody have any questions about it? Okay, we'll look for a motion to approve.
I will so move.
Krista
I'll second.
and Bill, any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Accept a donation of $38,166.59 from Splash Island Adventure Park for the work at the splash pad.
Motion to approve.
Deb
I'll second.
and Bill, is there any discussion? I have a little. How are we tracking the work that, so we pay the bills, city pays the bills, and then we get reimbursed by a donation of $38,166.
Mm-hmm.
Have we, any other monies that we have fronted, have we been paid already for that? And does this bring us now fairly
This is-
current?
This is the invoices from December through March.
December through March, okay?
Yep, and they've all paid the September, October through December.
That's already been paid, yeah, okay,
So yeah, I have a spreadsheet going that's tracking
yeah,
all
okay.
that.
I assume so, I was just curious, so, good, okay.
And labor time
Yes,
spent.
that one has been harder to get. I only currently have one person's time, but I keep reminding everybody.
Okay.
I
Is
need
he in the
their-
room?
No, he is
No,
not,
it's not.
but his wife is.
Hmm. Okay, all right, that's another item. So,
Okay.
so we are trying to track
Yes.
that so that we can,
Yeah.
because that's in kind,
Yeah.
contribution, correct?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, any other discussion? All right, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank you.
You don't have that on his time card, so I tracked it.
Oh,
Accept the donation, excuse me, $16,778.31 from the Fire Relief Association for turnout gear.
I was so moved.
Krista
I will second.
and Bill, thank you. Any discussion? We'll vote. All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Accept the donation of $5,000 from the Rhode Island Lions Association for Christmas decorations.
I was so moved.
Krista
I'll second.
and Bill. Thank you. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes. Thank you. Discuss public safety funds use designation.
So I know we've talked about this a little bit, but we have never actually officially decided. There is a survey out there by the League of Minnesota Cities asking cities how they've spent their money, and I would really like to fill it out because legislation is trying to make us do formal reporting on it, which we don't wanna do because that's a pain in the butt. So, I would really like to be able to figure out where we're going with that, so I can fill out our survey to help not have to do that.
What's the deal?
So we got a total of $43,757.
How
And
much?
we,
Say that again?
$43,759 was the total amount that we had gotten. And I know we got the turnout gear, so I have taken that, I figure I can apply that to there. Also our law enforcement contract to fill the survey purposes, it could help our bottom line or dollar, so that could help cover that as well. The radar signs, I know we've talked about getting them. I found a couple notes and they kind of vary in price depending on what signs you want. I think the ones that we were originally looking at last summer, I had written down that they were about $4,600 each if we were to decide to want to go through with them. And then, so after we pay for our turnout gear and then the radar signs, that would put about 20,000 or the remaining $20,704.25 towards a law enforcement contract unless somebody else wanted something else.
That 13,850, so we spent that already.
Yes,
The
this
turnout
is
gear.
the
Oh.
turnout gear that we just purchased.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so
amount.
that's we're using that money for that, okay.
So I figured we
Yeah.
might as well
Yeah.
use our public safety fund for that. If that's okay with everyone else, that was my suggestion.
So, yeah, when does this have to be used by?
I don't recall them giving us a date, and I don't believe again, they kind of gave it to us and didn't really give us a lot of,
Direction.
direction. Right, yes, they're really good at that, and so now they're trying to come
Mhm.
back and do that, so I think the sooner we can get it designated and say that we've used it or are going to use it, the better, so we can not have to do.
Where is the fire department on a truck? Are they just kind of holding off until
I haven't really heard, or we've been spent it, I know their trucks have been in repair, I mean,
Yeah.
designated as fire truck repairs as well.
I don't know if like the trucks that they're looking at, and this is just kind of hearsay, I don't think the newer trucks will fit
That
That's
is
what
the
I-
issue.
height
That's a
wise.
big, that's a big issue that
right.
the department's having right now is finding trucks that fit inside of the fire hall.
Mhm.
I remember when the very first time I joined and got to be a part of the fire, I was in the back of a cab of the Peterbilt. That was Dan Wolf at the time, trying to watch the fire. And I was like, God, it'd be nice if these windows were bigger. Dan just starts laughing. There's supposed to be. The cab was custom built just to fit into the hall.
And I
So
know,
one of the times I heard, one of the salesmen were having a hard time even finding a used truck. that met our requirements for the hall and everything else. So we're still kind of,
We just have these bigger projects on the horizon, that's why I'm like, I think we're, the building is what they were,
I would love to have.
do a building for all the public safety. But we'll have to have it spent before that gets,
I think so.
So if you're subtracting out this 16,000 from the 43,000, leaves us about, am I correct in that? The 16,000 that we.
No.
No,
That was, the 16,000 was the portion of the turnout gear that was the Fire Relief Association agreed to be paying for.
you know, okay.
And so the portion that we paid for currently is 13,854 and 75 cents.
854.75, okay. If we do the radar signs, are we only thinking we would do 2?
I know we wanted to do 4, but I just don't see MinDOT, I mean, we can try to get MinDOT on board. But, so I called over to even Josh, cause they have a few in Buffalo Lake, he's the clerk over there, and he thought that they are okay, but he wasn't sure how long they've had theirs, cause they got the radar signs prior to him being there. He was actually thinking that the county put them up, cause there's one on County Road 8, I guess. But he says that that one hasn't worked for quite some time. And so he thought that they would be good for people coming in and out, but for people that drive by there all the time, he didn't think that they would necessarily do anything to them.
so these two you were talking about on the county road and not on Highway 212.
Right.
Oh, I thought they'd be,
I would love to put them on 212, I just don't know if MinDOT will.
I thought we talked about this, it was
Yeah.
quite a few years ago though. Before, I'm
Can we
saying
check in with them?
5, 10.
Right,
I would,
yeah.
that would be a
I
better
would
place
prefer to put them on that
Yeah.
212, if we can.
I think MinDOT pretty much controls the signs.
But I
Yeah.
thought,
Highways.
so, but they can't not be okay with that, or, maybe they aren't okay with that, I
I
don't
think
think.
you just gotta get approval from them.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
gonna
because
be-
other towns have them.
I think it's gonna be more approval, it's gonna have to be the size that they want and,
Okay,
you know, everything else that they want, it's gonna have to meet their requirements.
I would love to put them on 212,
okay, that,
if we can,
That's more of a problem than,
right.
then County Road 5.
well, and certainly coming in from the south is worse than coming across the tracks, I
Mhm.
think.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, because the tracks force you to slow down.
Yeah. if you're gonna talk to the MinDOT, could we ask about like the noise, the jake brake, and putting a sign out there? I mean, they'll come in past your house,
We used to have that.
where did it go?
I don't know, didn't we used to have vehicle noise,
Since I
something?
thought you were
enforced.
working-
I know we did.
Does that ever get enforced though?
I don't know, but at least it gives us somebody the right to, when they're jake braking right past Deb's house, still, I
Yeah,
mean, that's
they're going
ridiculous.
pretty fast.
I know that those signs are on County Road 5 still. I don't know about 212.
I wonder if like when they changed that, some of their signs they take, because it was like one of those little things that was added on to one of the other, I don't know if it was the city population sign or something.
I was just gonna say, the city of Morgan, they just had, MinDOT put, those speed signs on, Highway 68 and 67 running through town there. And that was actually MinDOT who put those up, I drove by as the MinDOT trucks were out there,
So,
so.
I mean, I think if we purchased the signs and got the approval
Yeah.
through MinDOT,
Yeah.
I mean, you would almost think that they'd be okay with it, you know?
Right,
But like you're saying, it might wanna be their specifications.
Right,
right, they
right.
might have more.
And that, well, why,
And they're
that
the
would be
ones
a
that have to
problem.
update them.
Yeah.
So if you drive up and down, so if you're driving down the highway, if you look at the sign on the opposite side of the road, you'll always see a little square reflective deal. That's whether it's MinDOT or the county, they go around every so many years and they replace those signs. So that reflective deal that you see is a sticker with the date.
oh,
So like all the stop signs on Main Street are all counties. And MinDOT has all the signs along 212.
So you wanting to just put our suggestions down, doesn't mean we have to actually follow this at this point? or-
I would at least like to be able to I don't know if I have to say X amount of dollars for each thing, but I wanna at least be
Oh,
able to
okay.
fill out the survey and
Okay,
tell them what our plans are.
And you think we can use, according to that sheet, $20,700 toward our law enforcement contract?
Unless we were to find something else to use
just
it
so
for.
something to fill in
Yeah.
for right now.
Yeah.
Well, can we budget for 4 signs, and then if we don't use it all for the 4 signs,
Mm-hmm.
then we can move it towards the law enforcement?
I'm okay with that. I just wasn't sure how, so I
Yeah,
guesstimated on.
Sure.
Yep. I don't think so.
Okay. More discussion on that, anybody? Other
So
thoughts?
Jordan Larson, when he was here last month, Deputy Larson, he had made the suggestion about controlling some of our intersections here in town. I mean, is that anything that, I mean, is that something that we would like to give him as like a task? For like what intersections he would think or want for us, or like,
and I'm not gonna say they do or don't need them, but it's easier for law enforcement if there's signs there, and then they know who's at fault for whatever. So I understand from their standpoint. But when we had a survey done, I think, and maybe we need to do another one, I don't know. But they kind of told us not to change things. Because we talked about it when we did the big street project, and everything was tore up. And that would have been the time to, should we change stuff? And what we were talking, I wish I had that in front of me, but it was if you have a stop sign, it doesn't necessarily help with speed. Is that maybe, I can't remember what exactly it said if I had it in front of me, but
It's more for accident wise, really, to
yeah.
control some
If
of the
you're-
accidents.
If you're doing it because you wanna control speed,
There
that
is-
you're not gonna solve that.
We do have one uncontrolled in town right now that I have had a few close calls with.
Which one is that?
It'd be 11th Street and Elm, I believe. So you got the interstate traffic coming on 13th. And they continue that speed the entire way. So when you're coming down 11th going south and they're still continuing their 13th Street speed, they don't even look, so. They, technically, I'd have the right of way if I'm heading south, but they're coming up to a T, but
Could we maybe before next meeting pull out all that stuff that, like the 13th Street wasn't even there when we did this.
yeah.
It would have been right when
Well, like the
we tore up all the streets.
The
and that
intersection
would
that's
have been
closer to
fine.
13th isn't as
Signs.
bad as this one.
More signage doesn't help speed. I think it was something like that. And making changes will cause more issues unless it's really the word gets out somehow.
I actually still stop by Dale Kennedy's house once in a while. 'Cause I
I mean-
remember as a kid having that as a stop sign.
the hard thing is though, so I leave for work at like, 7:20, 7:30, and we have a lot of kids walking to bus stops. Because they don't stop at every single houses, kids have to, can go to like the bus stops. And because we don't have sidewalks for all of them, they're not walking in the street, and like, I've seen kids almost hit at Ash and Sixth. Because people don't stop.
And they won't stop. So I've done it myself, living on the north side of 212. A basketball game or whatever the event is, I've actually pulled out with my pickup and blocked out 212. So I had a trailer behind me. We had this crosswalk painted, MnDOT has their signs up. Nobody stops. As pedestrians are sitting there waiting to cross. Nobody.
Yeah.
And same as County 5 here. I can paint as many crosswalks as I want. It's pretty rare to see somebody stop for a pedestrian.
I mean, maybe would that be something about like flashing pedestrian signs? So that, kids can cross Main Street?
Well, we've had that on 212. We added that, and then I believe we had one here with the state ordinance or state law stop for pedestrians. We had it right on the center line. I think more people hit it than obeyed it.
I don't know what they, yeah. Well, that would be another thing to use the money for too, would be probably safety thing.
Signage.
But I just know when we had that done, that was kind of a surprise that everything we read through. Another thing was when somebody, they wanted to put up kids at play thing. And it, like we were told, well, you don't wanna do that because then that gives a false sense of security that kids can just run around in the streets, kids at play, well, it's, you can't even enforce that, so they don't want you to do it. There was a bunch of stuff in that was kind of opening, eye-opening. But signage doesn't always do what you want it to do. So, I think that we should, but
Well, maybe we should look at
we'll
them.
pull that out again just to see, and maybe things have changed, I mean, things change, so.
But I mean, as
That's what we
fast
could
as
do.
traffic gets going here, even on Birch and Sixth, I mean, I don't necessarily wanna let my kids outside and play.
You know?
Yeah.
Well, that was a little different, but, yeah.
So. Yeah, I mean, I'd be in favor of like a flashing pedestrian, you know, that they could push the button on either side and. So that they could at least get across by here by the, you know, to go over to the library or, you
Main
know,
Street,
yeah.
yeah. Would have to do that, would the county have to do that?
I would think if
I
it
would
was in,
think.
if it was in city,
The county right away.
County, right, wouldn't know.
Yeah.
I know when I come in from like the cities area or wherever, I like to take Second Street to get to my house, cause I know it's all stop signs for that one. I get the Dogwood, everyone's got stop signs.
Yeah, it gets to be a busy road at times too.
I don't know, maybe we pull this out and maybe we can think about it or look at it. If we were gonna put, if we're gonna do those flashing lights, would it, if we did it here, or if we did it down by the front house with all the kids, I mean, I don't know, if they're probably not going that way to the park, they're going this way to the park, I suppose. You know, does anybody use the park up by the school? Not really.
Not really.
There is.
occasion, yeah.
Yeah, we bring, I work at the daycare and we bring the school age kids over there and we like alternate days. Depending
Between that park
between the city park and the school park.
and school park, okay?
We'll go both directions.
Okay.
Every once in a while you'll see them down at the hockey rink too, or even during the summer, playing soccer or whatever it is inside there.
I was gonna add that, we did a Safe Roads to School project on, just last summer. They did one of those flashing beacons, kind of where there's one on either side, you push the button to cross. One of those was about 25,000 for the full work setup, the solar panels and batteries and all that
We have a
stuff.
safe routes to school plan too,
Oh, you do?
whatever, what it says now, I have no idea. Pull that baby out too, I don't know. That's what you get all, and it was for the purpose of trying to get funding, and we did get some funding when there were still kids going to school here.
Yeah.
So I don't know now if that, but you still say Mary's.
But you still have
Mary
seniors,
Jane's.
and now that we're putting the splash pad over there, we need a
Yeah.
safe way for kids to get across Main Street.
If you already got a plan too,
Yeah.
if you wanted to apply for
Yeah.
grants in the future, that would,
Yeah.
that'd put you a leg up already.
Yeah,
Well, I think just for even kids on this side of Main Street to get them across to head, you know, to anything on that side of town.
it just remember, it seems to me we talked about that. It's-
Even Dave
My
remembers
mind is-
something about
Yeah.
the stop signs.
There was some stuff, and I couldn't remember, I know we talked about across the highway too, and I don't think MnDOT was really keen on that. Doing something there, on 212. My memory's correct on that, it was a while ago.
Those flashing beacons we put in too, we put them in on a county road. But then we did it, it was done by the city, but it was kind of through the Safe Routes to School grant, so I guess I don't know how that really played into the city-county split, cause it was all grant. Maybe it didn't matter anyways because of that, but at least in that case, it came out of the city's bank, which ended up being the state grant, so.
And the county, I'm sure wouldn't care if the city paid for it, you would think.
I doubt
Well, can we pull that stuff out and then maybe have it as an agenda item for next meeting? Research, and
Did it work? Yeah.
Deb might have to come in and find that stuff.
I'll find it.
I have not came across that stuff in my
Public
Well,
safety.
thank you for your input, thank you for your input, yeah, let's talk about that, we'll add that to a agenda, future meeting. All right, anything else that should be discussed tonight for the good of the team? If not, we'll have a motion, do you have anything you want to share with us tonight?
Nope.
No, okay,
That was all my input. so
okay,
far.
all right. Mike now? All right, motion to adjourn,
So
Krista?
Second.
And Bill. Is there any discussion in regard to that? If not, we'll vote, all in favor,
I.
opposed,
we have
thank you very much.
You know where I live.
Not record time, but pretty good time.